Hi there, guys. I don't usually make videos this late. Not really that I don't want to, but I just usually don't make videos this late. But I was just listening to this pastor. I'm gonna go ahead and you know, listen to this pastor, and he was speaking to a young lady. She was telling her situation, story, whatever, and um she was talking about something that is very, very familiar with to me, which is giving and pouring out into people and so forth. And I know that, I mean, what he told her resonated so much with me, um, because I actually have been getting parts of the answer that he gave her. Um, but here's the thing. I think this word, I think this word not only applies to me, I think it applies to many Black women, just in general. Um, I, first of all, I already know I'm a caregiver. I know that I came to this earth, to this realm, whatever. I know that I came here to serve. I know that. Um, I learned that some years ago. And it actually really helped me in my life because what I do, it is a servitude, but I used to almost be ashamed of what I do. Uh, Always taking care of people, serving people, cooking for people, cleaning for people. I mean, just, that type of aspect of it. And it just would make me feel like I should be doing something higher and better, you know. But like I say, the Spirit revealed to me years ago that that is what I do. That is what I'm here for. Now, I was never brought here with no blueprint that this is, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to. And so it doesn't matter how I serve, is really what I'm saying. Don't matter how you serve, just that you serve and that you um, are fulfilled in your service and that you um, are actually genuine in your service. And that is really big for me because I am very genuine in my service. But it causes me, even though I'm genuine in it, it causes me to, I guess, attract people and get in a lot of ways kind of preyed upon and manipulated by people who are there to take and who are not there for my best interests. And it, I guess the older I get, the more spiritual I get, I can see it quicker and sooner. And so what I have been doing though is when I start seeing it, I run. I run. Um, and I know I got to get to a place to where I'm more rooted and grounded. I know that. Now I got to get to a place where I got to stop running. I know that also. But I think a lot of it is the fact of how we serve, you know. And this is where I'm going to get into talking about Black women. Yo, forgive me a second. I need to have a drink here. We as Black women, um, we come from a group of women who are the servants of the servants. And that's not to say that other women and other cultures don't serve and give, and because I know that they do. But I'm talking about us. Um, we serve. We have been serving since slavery. We was serving before slavery. We are the mothers and the givers and the life givers of the planet. Uh, when people look for a woman to serve and to nurture and to give, most of the time, the black woman is the cook. She's the housekeeper. She is the breastfeeder. She is the caretaker of the children. You know, um, we have that history, and everybody looks to us to feed from our breast, if I could say that in so many, if you all get what I'm saying. Um, everybody feeds off of the black woman. I'm not going to go there because I need to stay on point right now, but we see it in every aspect, in entertainment, in everything, in beauty, in fashion, in everything. It all comes from the black woman. Okay, with that being said, we have that in us. It's just in us. Uh, we saw our mamas do it. We saw our grandmamas do it. We saw our aunties do it. Our aunties, however you want to pronounce it. We have come from a long line of strong women who have carried families, who have nurtured and stayed up all night with children, who have made a meal when it wasn't no meal. Um, I seen my mama. Man, my mama would make this stuff. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but like I say, I'm from the South. My mom used to make a thing called hoe cake and sugar syrup. And we didn't grow up, we didn't have a whole bunch of money, you know. But my mama, I saw her put meals together. I saw her take flour and water and whatever else she put in there, and she would make this like pancakes. And she would take, as far as I know, just kind of sugar and water and stir it up, and it was like syrup, and it was the best. It was so good. Like I would prefer that a lot of times, even when we had food. Like, Mama, can you make some whole cakes? I mean, it was. So I saw this. I'm making a point. I saw this, and we know our ancestral women. I mean, they had to find meals, find things to put together, and feed lots of children, husband, everybody, and black women made it happen. You know. Once again, that ain't to say that other women didn't, but I'm talking about us. And so then we fast forward today to this generation. And I'm going to say, even maybe the generation or two before. Uh, those young women saw those things. They saw Big Mama and Aunties and all of that. They saw all of that. They saw um, them slave, you know. Um, I saw my mama come home and have to soak her feet. Um, I saw her be down and hurting. I saw her get up every morning before the crack of dawn and have to try to, get us off to school and then get herself together to go to the other side of town to clean white people's homes and things like that. Um, and many of us saw those type things, and then she took care of us and took care of her own home, and she still had her own issues and problems and things. And when you're a kid, you don't see it, you don't see her issues, but as you grow up, you know. So at the end of the day, you know, we're in a generation where these young women now, like, they don't want to do that anymore. They don't want to slave. They don't want to be maids. They don't want to have to cook for, Papa Joe. They don't want to, have to have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids or whatever to take care of. And, I mean, women still want children, but women also want educations, and women want um, businesses and community and nice homes and nice car. I mean, they want these things, and we are in a time and in an era where all of that is possible. But we're still in a time where, and I've said this before, not only black men, a lot of black men, but there are other men as well who don't want to let us free from that. Like, they still want us to cook and clean and be big mama and, sit at home with all the children and submit and don't talk and let them do what they want to do and let them have me. And that's really what I see when you really put all of this red pill manosphere KS and all of this, and you put all of that stuff together. This is nothing and has been nothing but feeding those particular kind of men's egos and telling them that the women are wrong. The women ain't gonna get no luck. The women ain't gonna get no man to love them, to let them do those things. Um, and it's women wanting to break out and break away from that, and men being hurt and butthurt and bitter and sitting somewhere sucking a thumb and listening to other bitter men who can't let that go. They can't let that go. But at the end of the day, here's my thing. I'm leaving the job that uh that I was previously working. I was just working. And it is in a area of service where I love the service. I mean, it's something that is satisfying to me. However, uh, a while now, I have been getting to the point to where I don't want to serve like that anymore. I want to serve. I want satisfaction in my service. I want people, I want to give the service, but I don't want to serve like that anymore, because at this stage and age in my life, and just looking back over my life, even though it satisfies a bit of my soul and a bit of it gives me pleasure, but at the same time I keep wondering, why do I get so burnt out and want to run away? you know like, why am I getting so sick of it so quickly? You know what I'm saying? Because I have been, like, I like to do it, but I don't take a whole lot anymore. And I know that there is an unsatisfaction in my soul, because I'm serving in a capacity that I'm getting burnt out in. And if I may put that on Black women, we have been serving for years and centuries in the role of, let me just say, Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? In the role of the caretaker to everybody, the caregiver of the community. We have been that. We have sat back and we have given and we have poured over and we have cried over and we have sacrificed ourselves, sacrificed our lives, sacrificed our education, sacrificed everything for our men and our children. And those who don't believe that or don't want to believe that, that's on you. Maybe you'll get there one day, but I know we've done it. I know we've done it. We've seen, like I just said, our mamas, big mamas, aunties, grandmama, great grandma. We seen them do that. And we saw that at the end of it all, they died hurt, they died probably fat, they died really unsatisfied, they died giving of themselves, period. And I think this generation of women still have that in them, but they want to serve in another capacity. Do you see what I'm saying? They want to give, they want to serve, they want to nurture, they want to do because it's in us to do it, but we want to do it in a different way. Just like the job that I'm going to, it's still service, but it's something, and I've done it before, but it's something that I haven't done in a very long time. I got a lot of pleasure from, but I wasn't able to stay in it for a very long time because we had to move. We moved to another city. And so, but I enjoyed it while I was doing it. And so now I'm getting an opportunity to do it again, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't want. I could have easily went back to what I was doing easily, but like I say, I want to serve in a different capacity, and I think that's what Black women are saying. Black women are not saying that we don't want to cook, we don't want to clean, we don't want to handle babies, we don't want to have husbands. We're not saying that. What we're saying is that, can you accept us and can you love us if we serve in a different kind of way? Like, can you hold my hand and grow with me and walk with me, and we be in tune together, and you can still have all those things, but I don't have to die from it. Like, I don't have to be a slave for it. Like, I don't have to let you just sit back on your big throne while I'm on my knees before you serving you your meal, or giving you 15 children or whatever, and I never get anything for myself. And that's really what I'm saying. It's like Black women have served everybody forever. And like I say, I think this generation of women are so bold. They are so strong. And they are the ones that I look at these young women in their 20s and their 30s, and how it's like every Black woman, everywhere I look around, I see Black women with businesses. Everywhere I look around, I see Black women buying homes. I see Black women, brand new nice cars and all this kind of stuff. And they are out here killing it. And it's causing we older Black women to even stand up and take notice and be like, man, I can still give and do and have, and just do it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to sit back and break my back and break my neck and sacrifice my life for my children and so forth. One of the things that, as I was listening to this minister tonight, one of the things that he was telling that young lady, who basically was saying, is that she's unfulfilled. She have been giving and giving and giving of herself, and she doesn't feel like anybody gives and pours into her. And I felt all that. I felt all that because I feel like that's what I have been doing all my life, even with my children. Even though I only got two and they're 15 years apart, but, you know, I'm a mama. I've been a mama. You know what I'm saying? And for my children, I have laid it all on the line. Like, I have sacrificed, sacrificed, sacrificed. And it's kind of funny because in the situation with my son, who is the oldest, he allowed me to kind of be the mama or whatever. Like, he took and took and took and all of that from me, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but he allowed me to mother him or whatever. And as he got older, he got used to that, and then he got to a point to where I had to like basically pull him off the nipple because he just, I mean, look here, like you old enough now. I've done it. I have, and it's crazy because um this is something I really haven't told any. I think I told one person this, but now I'm about to tell all y'all. There was a night when my son, because he would still he would come around, and he was in a bad place at that time. And he tried, like he did a lot of times, to play the blame game, you know. Well, you taught me this, and, you always told me this, and you blah, 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 blah. And I had to sit there and tell him, I'm like, son, I didn't tell you to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got into that on your own, and like I told him, like, you are a man now. I can't keep supporting you and giving you a place to stay and letting you feed off of me. And I mean, yeah, your home is my home, but your home ain't my home if you're going to take from me and not give and not help. And I mean, like, you're being a leech at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't raise you like that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a horrible lecture, but he got it. He understood. And like I told him, I'm not going to feel guilty anymore because I raised you and I know I raised you right. I know I raised you right. I know whatever it is that you're doing out there, because I didn't want to know it all. Whatever it is you're doing out there, and you keep coming back to me, and in the state that you're in, I didn't teach you that. I didn't teach you that. You went off and done some stuff, got yourself into some trouble and situations, and then now you want to bring that to me. I don't want that to me. So I actually, like, literally, seriously had to cut my son off, like, period, for a nice length of time. And like I said in another video before, he had to go through his winter. He really did. I completely shut him out. Um, and I'm not saying that because I'm proud of it, but I'm saying it because I had to cut the cord to where if I kept supporting him and enabling him, I was probably going to be doing it till he was in his 40s. Like, I can't. I can't. Now his life is turned around. He is with a beautiful, wonderful woman. They have their first child. My grandbaby's 5 months. He is doing awesome. My son is in school. He is working. I mean, just total and complete turnaround. But believe me now, it didn't come with some prayer, without any prayer. It didn't come with a lot of tears. It didn't come without me praying for a young woman to help keep and get him on track, and not to have some woman that he can leech off of, oh, I'm tired of him. He need to find somebody. No, because that's not the situation with him. They are working together. And she is a good, very good, beautiful Black woman. And I have not had the opportunity to, but I will tell her the same thing I tell other young women, though. If he fall off, and if he start doing stuff that you can't deal with or whatever, my prayer is that he doesn't. But if he does, you're not obligated to stay there. You're not. I love my son to death or to life, but I wouldn't expect her to do that. I'm not going to tell any Black woman to sit there and let a man leech off of them and take advantage of them and all these things. So getting to my daughter was quite different in that my daughter is so strong and so self-willed and all of this, and independent minded and just whatever, until it was the exact opposite with her. And I say it was the exact opposite, but she's 16, so she ain't grown yet, even though she thinks she is. But you know I had with her, it was a thing that she wouldn't let me mother her. Like, she wouldn't let me do the things that my son do. Like, I guess I was enabling him at some point. And I did it with her a little bit, but my daughter would only let me do it in the way where it benefited her. If it benefited her, and she was able to get something out of it or whatever, to her benefit, then that's when she wanted. Otherwise, leave me alone. I'm grown. I'm gonna do what I want to do, type thing. So it was a complete and total different type of um, mindset and teaching and parenting with my daughter. And so I had to learn how to parent her. Like I had to just completely um, with her. I couldn't smother her and be there for her and just whatever like my son allowed me to do with her. I had to completely step back and just let her do her thing. And when you need me, okay, I'll be here. That's the way it has been working with her. And um yeah, this video ain't about her, but maybe I'll make a video about how things have really transformed. But I say all that to say, because I'm bringing about the different types of service. You know what I'm saying? The kind of service that I gave for my son and what I did with my son, it's draining. It's draining. It is emotionally draining. You don't feel like you getting anything out of it. You're just sacrificing, sacrificing, sacrificing. And if I may once again quote Cynthia G, sacrificing at the altar of black male worship. That's what it is. And black men want you to continue to do that today. And like this message that I'm speaking tonight, it's like if I could get black men to hear me, like I say, it's not that black women want to just go out here and be masculine and just do everything on their own and all that kind of stuff. No, we still want the same thing. We still want marriage. We still want children. We still want um, love and support and security from our men. We still want to be protected. We still want to be women. We still want to be feminine. We want all of that, but we just don't want to have to sacrifice ourselves at the tower or at the altar of black male worship. Like we don't want to do that anymore, because like I say, we saw what it did to our mamas and our grandmamas and our aunties, and we saw how they were broken women. Like we did. We saw that. And these women want businesses. These women want college degrees. These women want um opportunities to go and travel and do and be. My mama never, I don't know, I honestly don't know, but I have a sneaking suspicion my mama never even left. After leaving the small town that they grew up in and moving to Houston, I don't think my mama ever traveled. I don't think she ever went outside of the city. I really don't. Um, yeah. And many women at that time and back in that day. Now you got whole girlfriend cruises. Now you got black women going to the islands and to everything. You know what I'm saying? I myself have really only been to the States, and but I'm that uh passport is coming. It is coming, and I am going to be gone. I mean that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so ready for that, you know. But like I say, for two black men, we can't do all those things and bring our men along and still love our men and still want good and relationship if all the men want to do is sit around, screw women, play dominoes, drink beer, sit out on the corner with their friend. I mean, like y'all, it's like black men are the ones that stuck. Like black women's mindsets are so far gone. Like that honestly, if you want to really be honest about it, that's another reason why so many black women are divesting. Because we can't do those things, it seems like, with black men. Like a white guy, Hispanic guy, some other guy, some other foreign, whatever. A lot of these men travel already anyway. You know what I'm saying? They already travel. They want to get up and go. They got passports and all this stuff. And like I say, it's no downing or whatever on black men, but at the end of the day, like who want to just sit around and be around home and don't do nothing and just watch you with your friends? I mean, like my ex-husband he did what he wanted to do. Like he had fun with his friends. They would go out and they'd watch the game together and all this kind of stuff. And but like him and so many other men, just like he used to take me when we were together. Like at the beginning, he was taking me for months and months and months, and even though I didn't really, the other women would, a lot of them other women was there trying to get me in, which I really didn't realize at the time. Like I was married, so it's like I wasn't there trying to flirt with no other men, so I didn't really make a good connection with those women. Um, but at the end of the day, uh he eventually stopped taking me. Just, oh, I ain't gonna be no with a bunch of men. I ain't gonna be, and it's just like, so he's gone fishing, he's gone to the game, he's going this, he going whatever, and I'm at home and I got your dinner. And that was the highlight of my day, and that was what I did, and that was, you know what I'm saying? And that is what so many of these, black men still want. Like they want to get up and go out and do their thing and express themselves and do all of that. But they want you to be there at home, cooking, cleaning, serving, whatever, Don't know, we tired of that. We're tired of that. I want to go travel. I want to get up and I want to take a cruise. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to go off to the islands. I'm going to Belize. Believe me, I am going to Belize. I am going. And even though I don't have no partner, no, I'm would love to go with someone, but if I got to go by myself, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I'm going because I'm not going to sit, whether I have a man or not, and waste my life and the rest of my life away because you can't get a lot of men's mindset to change from what they had with Big Mom and what they had with what they saw their mamas and their grandmamas do and their grandfathers do and all that. And none of that stuff was good. You saw granddaddy popping mama all upside the head and cheating on grandma. And I mean, like, why do you want to relive that? Like, why wouldn't you want something new and different? Like, why do you want to just stay on the corner in the hood with your boys and just, that is such low level. That is such a low frequency. Like, why can't we be successful together? Um why can't you love me with a business? Why can't you love me in the capacity of, maybe you can cook your own food tonight. Maybe you can cook for me and the children tonight. Maybe I can cook for, you and the children that night, but not the slave shit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it can be a partnership without it being the slave shit. And that is what black women do not want. Black women are so tired and so over that slave stuff. And another reason, like I say, why black women are divesting in droves is because a lot of those other men don't expect that. They just don't. They don't expect that. Like they're not sitting around waiting to be served and, and worship. I have dated many white guys. I have dated Hispanic men, and they give me freedom in that, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? It's your choice. Like, I mean, because I have sat there because that's what I'm used to. I have sat there and, oh, well, what do you want to do? And, do you want me to such and such? And they'd be like, no, I can do that for myself. You want me to do it for you? And I'd be like, well, sure. you know? I mean, but it's different. It is so different. Um, and I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad. I'm just showing and trying to tell of the difference and why it's a freedom. And I'm just being honest with black women divesting and divesting more. And I'm telling you, the more black women divest, the more demands and the more coming on up that black men are going to have to do if you want to get black women back if they come back. because I'm going to be very, very honest. I have not dated a black man in some years. That ain't because I don't still find them attractive. It's not because, you know, well, it's for a lot of reasons, you know. Um, I'm gonna be real honest. I'm afraid of black men, and I don't know how that sounds or whatever, but I'm being honest from my heart. I am afraid of them. I'm afraid of their anger. I'm afraid of them retaliating. I'm afraid of black femicide and how they're so emotional at this point to where you can't even break up with them to because they're gonna kill you. I mean, the hate, the way that they hate us, the way they show that they hate us, the tricking, the manipulating, the I mean, it's just yeah, like the last few black men in my life. Um, and one thing I've always said and always pride myself on is I've never been that woman who, just gave men money and supported men and all that. It never been my thing. Never have done that. But and it would take a lot. It would take some stuff for me to even give you money because that's another thing. I don't do that whole money thing in relationships. I just think that it's best not to. But this one black guy that I knew for a long time, uh, some years, um, I gave I bought him some stuff. He asked me. I had the money, it wasn't no big deal. One of the things about me also is if I can't give something, I say no. If I don't give it in the capacity of possibly letting you have it and not even worried about having it back, then I'm just not going to even give it if I don't have it. Um, but at that time I had it, and he asked me um, to get him some stuff off of this website, and he would pay me back, and it wasn't a whole bunch of money. I mean, he did kind of go over what he initially said, but it was okay. I liked it. I had it. I liked him. We were somewhat in kind of a relationship, and I had feelings for him. He had feelings for me or whatever. And so I did it. And at the end of the day, that relationship, that long relationship broke up because he wouldn't give me my money back. And it wasn't even that I was being petty. I had asked him for months, just like brought it up, just trying to be subtle and everything, just bringing it up, like, were you gonna pay me or. And then I came to finally realize that dude really, he gave me some of the money, but he still owed me a nice little piece of change. And I got to the thing that he just he wasn't gonna give me the rest of my money. He just wasn't gonna do it. And what hurt me was the fact that not only did it take him, I mean, this was going on 6 months. Um, and I knew he had it because he had the kind of job where he made money daily. So he had it quadruple, triple, whatever, many times over the times that I asked him for it. He had it. And like I say, I finally figured out that he didn't have any intent on doing it. And I got in a really bad way. Not that I was gonna just like die if I didn't have it or like my lights wasn't gonna get cut off or whatever, but I still needed it at that time. And so I contacted him and I asked him, and instead of even saying no, he blocked me. And I'm just like, are you serious? We knew each other at least 5 years. And I know he had feelings for me. That's not even a thing. I know he did. He proved it. I know he did. But that was just crazy how he handled that. Anyway, another situation was someone who um, I actually they asked me for it uh, for like their animal. They're like, "Oh, I need to get my dog such and such," and I'm an animal lover. I didn't think much of it. Um, they well, at the end of the day, um, it wasn't as much as it was that I invested in the other person, but it was amount that if I don't get it back, you know what? Okay, whatever. I ain't gonna die. But it was just the fact that I figured out that you meant to do that. Like you asked me for that to get me back for something that you thought that I did, and I really didn't. I can't get into it, but somebody else that I knew had used him and played him out of money, and he took it out on me, and that's what that was. Uh, Silly, petty, whatever. He's completely cut off. Um, and yeah, that was a long relationship as well. Um, anyway, and then the other person, I already know this person too well, but this dude got there and used his daughter, a little girl. He used a child to say that he didn't get his check yet and whatever, and he wanted to have his daughter was coming over for the weekend, and he wanted to be able to do something with his little girl or whatever, and then they were going to come over here, and we have a little whatever with me and my daughter and his daughter and the whole thing, and we're just gonna spend the weekend together, whatever. And oh yeah, you're gonna get it back. Like as soon as I come over, you're gonna get your money back because I'll be got my check by then. And so I did. I had my reservations, but in the name of a child or whatever, and I knew he had a child because I did meet the little girl somewhat. So I know that he did. And at the end of the day, and when I gave him the money, the spirit spoke to me, "You're never going to see him again." And it was so crazy how that happened because I mean, like literally, I could hear it in almost in my ears. "You're never going to see him again." And I believed it and I knew. And I just, at this point, I don't even remember how much it was. It was probably in the middle of what I had given that other guy and what but all of these were black men. All of these are black men. And, I'm not bitter in that, but it just kind of goes to show the playing and the manipulating and things like that. And, I haven't been in situations like that with white guys where they have asked me for money or whatever like that. Like when I am with them, when I date them, when we go places, they foot the bill. They ask where I want to go. They ask what I want to do. It's like it's all about me. You know what I'm saying? And it is great and it feels good. There's no hang up about money. There's no hang up about, you know, oh, well, you gonna pay or I'm gonna pay or, or you trying to get a free meal and blah, blah, blah. They don't even trip like that. Like it's not, that kind of stuff don't even come up with them. They don't even come up. And these are just mindsets that black men have and have been having, but really need to get out of because I ain't never been on no date with no black guy and a white woman or a black man and a non-black woman, but I can almost say with pretty much certainty that they're not out there, you know, asking, Maria to pay the bill or asking, Ling Ling, mad at her because, she got a free meal or whatever. Like, I think the standards are just not the same. I think the standards are just not the same. And, that ain't to say that black men are not out there leeching on other women too, because I'm sure that they are. That ain't even to say that, some white guys ain't out there leeching. Thankfully I ain't met none of them. I did meet one that was kind of lazy, didn't want to work, but yeah, it's just a difference. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna cut the video off. At the end of the day, Black women um, are ready to retire from servitude and being mammies and taking on everything and wearing ourselves out and just being no good for nothing and not for being no good to ourselves. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. You know, even though my daughter was, kind of didn't let me mother her or whatever, smother her or whatever, as much as my son did, I still have sacrificed so much and put my neck out on the line for her and whatever. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting and I'm tired. And I want to focus on me now. I want to that's why I started taking vacations and going places and everything last year, and getting massages and everything. I've been doing that for like 2 3 years now, and treating myself and taking myself to dinners and buying myself things and buying myself clothes and shoes and getting my hair done when I want. I mean, it's like I had to turn selfish, as people would call it. I don't call it selfish, I call it self-care. I call it keeping and maintaining my sanity, you know. And I think a whole lot more Black women need to start doing it, need to learn how to do it, learn how to love and nurture themselves, and yeah, go to a group of men who are going to love and nurture and really truly build with you and really truly want to have things with you, and are not jealous and backbiting and spiteful when you accomplish things and when you do things, and celebrate you when you get your doctorate and celebrate you when you get your new bins and celebrate you when you get your pilot's license and celebrate you when you accomplish. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be Big Mama no more. Just don't want to be that no more. I don't want to be old, sick, fat, tired, and useless, and still. And do you know people still come to Big Mama and people still use Big Mama? Big Mama be on her deathbed. Big Mama still, and oh, I wonder who she gonna get a house to, and blah blah blah. And y'all like they're still fighting over Big Mama house, and still fighting over Big Mama pots and pans, and still fighting over Big Mama's whatever, and bringing all the children to Big Mama house after she done took care of everybody. She went through 3 and 4 generations of raising all the kids and going and long suffering and ain't had nothing for herself. Still running around the house in house coats and running around the house and them big old smock tops and everything. No beauty. And I'm not saying Big Mama was ugly, but I'm just saying no beauty. No going to the nail shop, no getting her hair done, no buying nice, fancy, beautiful clothes, no being able to go out to nice restaurants and travel and all. I mean, don't you think she wanted that? Like, Big Mama was a woman. She was a woman. She wanted to be appealing and beautiful to other men and do other things. And I mean, she saw other women doing and accomplishing or whatever. But after you just get beat down by life so much, and after you just, I mean, like, you get to a point to where you just like, man, this is it. This is it. This is all it's gonna be. Right here in this house with all these children, with this man and his damn drinking and his other women and they loud parties and you know my messy neighbors and so and so don't like me because she want my man and all that. Damn, man, like that's exhausting just to even sit up here and say. Like, damn, why do y'all still want that? What do y'all get out of that? Somebody just serving you forever. Like, come on. Then that makes you lazy. That makes you trifling. That make you why you want to be like Uncle Billy? Why you want to be like, all them ones that hung out on the corners and did nothing and pimp women and just got sex and I mean, like, ain't y'all tired of that too? Like, y'all ain't tired of that pimp lifestyle, hustler, neighborhood drug. I mean, like, come, It's old. It's old. And then we talk about black people image. We got to get out of that bullshit if we don't want it. I don't want to be typical LaQuisha on the corner. I don't want to be baby mama and popping gum and babies on hips and babies in the. I'm like, who wants that shit anymore? Don't nobody want that no more. Anyway, y'all. I was getting ready to go take a shower, get myself in the bed and meditate and all that. And I just, oh my God, I heard that beautiful word and I wanted to share it. And I wanted to say, we got to do something new. That stuff is old. Don't nobody want it no more. It's coming to an end. It's going to come to an end. I don't know how many generations it's going to take. I don't know if it'll eventually like all be gone or whatever, but we got to do better as black people, like for real. We just got to do better. We got to do better. Plain and simple, we gotta do better. I don't know if we're gonna do better with the divestment thing, like if that's what's gonna make the change. I think it is. I think a lot of it is going to fall back onto the black community. A lot of things are going to change with that and in that. Um, I think it's gonna change with just black women themselves. I think some black men are going to wake up and open their eyes and realize what the hell has been happening, and the fact that you are losing your women and you are losing some very good women and some very successful women and some very just good ass women, that you're just leaving them because they just don't, you're losing them because they just don't want to have nothing else to do with black men. And it's kind of like I said, you got a lot of black women today who are afraid of black men. It is what it is. Y'all, thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Put it down in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Let's tell me what you think. Tell me, am I off my rocker? you know, I mean, let's dialogue together. Y'all, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Until the next video. See you next time.